All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of the tune here. I'm going to play a little bit of George Duke's recording from Festival 2010. It's actually one of his most popular recordings, or YouTube recordings, live recordings. Um, and here we go. What I want you to listen for is the bends, especially with the Wurlitzer. Not a lot of keyboardists actually use bending with the Wurlitzer, which I love. It's one of my favorite patches to do bends with. And then let's listen to where it's bending to. Okay, and then we're just going to listen to the first part of this solo here before the tune actually starts.
I'm gonna wait for you, my brother.
Oh yeah, so let's stay there. That's one of my favorite type of bending techniques. It's really what keyboardists often do is they'll imitate guitar phrasing, and it's one of my favorite things to do as well. I love to listen to a lot of guitar solos imitate, work on the slides and the bends and the imitation of what they're doing technique-wise, and apply it to what we're doing. So let's listen to the first phrase. So we're in F minor. You'll notice that I have my finger not in the center, but I have it on the side here. Okay? And that allows me to do little nudges. Now, if I want to do big nudges, I'll use my finger in the center here. But I like to have my finger on the side. For me, it's easier to control small nudges for blues notes or little half steps. Okay, that's a whole step 1-1 right there. So I'll use my finger actually in the center here, or you could do it on the side as well, but it's easier to do the full whole step when you have it on the center. And let's listen to the next phrase. Oh, it actually... And check this out. At the very, very last part, I lip out of that. Okay, just a little bend out of the note.
I'm gonna wait for you, my brother.
So we have this line starting from the 5 and then shaping up to the 4. Okay, I love going from the 5 to the 4. Oop. You could bend up to that 5 if you wanted to. You could bend from the B flat, or you could bend into it without the B flat. Like that, or use the B flat. Now we get this repeated idea where we're bending into the note that we're going to be releasing and playing off of, which is the tonic. Okay, so this next idea you hear George Duke play is the 1 and the flat 7 playing off of each other. All right, so that's a very common technique. It's so fun. You start from the 7, and then here's the key: is you release, and then you play that note right afterwards. If you release too early or too late, then the effect is not there. So what you have to work on, it's like pedaling, is the release. And then so if you do it a few times, I made a mistake there. I released too early. You can listen to a lot of Jeff Beck records from the 70s, and he's doing a lot of that stuff. And so George Duke played with Beck a lot. Okay, let's go back and listen to that again. Oh, and then at the very, very last note, it's like bending the note at the end of a phrase. Yeah, there we go.